how did life in a single parent household, how did that affect you as a father? Because I hear your son on your shit, right?
Yeah, my son, man, he's special, man. He one of a kind. He just turned 6.
Right.
Yeah, so, man, it affected me because I ain't have a dad. My dad died when he was 18. I was 4 months. You know? I'm born into this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no cap on nothing that I do. So that just, like, motivated me to, you know, like, be connected to my son, like my best friend, like one of my homies, everything. Like, it ain't just like my son, you know? So, like, my son don't want for nothing in this world because it's like I know how it is to go without. You feel me? So like that was all the motivation that I needed.
That's real. I share in that enthusiasm. I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice, and this is to any of the fathers that are out there who want to be good fathers and who gonna do it no matter what. A lot of time we say I want to give my kids all the stuff that I didn't have. And that cool, you know what I'm saying? But what's more important is us teaching them all the things that we didn't know. You know what I mean? Because the stuff, man, you can get the stuff. Stuff will come and go. Man, I remember one time, man, it was Christmas too. Man, this shit funny here. I remember it was Christmas and my oldest sons, Messiah and Damani.
Yeah.
So I was going hard. It was early in my career, man. But, you know, I was still kind of, you know, putting it together and making it away. So put it together, man, for them to have Hot Wheels and all kinds of shit for them probably for their 2nd birthday. And I'll be damned if I come back in there and find them playing with the boxes. These motherfuckers in here playing with the boxes and the paper. Already. Leaving the cars and the toys, they over here. These motherfuckers. I could have just brought you a box.
Yeah.
You didn't really, like, you ain't really tripping on the toys for real. You just want some shit in here to do.
Just to do it.
You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, cause you know, material shit don't matter until it ain't there.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? When the shit ain't present, that's when it matters.
You gotta teach them gems that they can live with.
Absolutely.
That's definitely what I do. I'm raising a young gentleman, you know?
That what's up, man. I commend you for that as a young father, man, being committed, you know what I mean?
Definitely gonna have the education I never had, all that.
Yeah.
For sure. My son in private school. You know, I don't wanna play that. Trying to send my son Harvard, Yale, you know?
Now tell me this. Now speaking of Harvard, Yale, now so if for your son to get the best education, like how do you feel about it? Because you are, you know, you took your Shahada, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're a devout man of Islam, which I respect. But how do you feel about sending our children to be educated by the oppressor? Because going to Harvard, going to Yale, they gonna receive the top class education, but it's gonna be coming from the motherfucker that want to teach you only what they want you to know. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I gotta teach him everything outside of that.
That's real.
You feel me? So that's why I think my responsibility kick in. And you know, like he just did it finesse his way through life regardless and just get that education.
That's right. I can dig it. I know Malcolm X, he said something, I paraphrase it. He said something like, as long as we continue to send our children to be educated by our oppressor, we'll forever be lost.
Was that before he was?
I don't know, bro. I have to check the date on that quote. But, you know, it's a lot to be said, and I say that because if you look at, you know, I look at my brothers and sisters in the Jewish faith, you know, you will never, ever catch any person of the Jewish faith sending their children to a school that educates them or teaches them that Hitler was a hero. That should have never happened. You know what I'm saying? But we send our kids to school, sometimes private school, sometimes public school. And they teach our kids that these motherfuckers who lost the Civil War are motherfucking heroes still. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder, you know, and it's just me brainstorming, ain't no right or wrong answer. Why in the fuck do you think that is for real? What's so different about us?
Man, I wouldn't even know.
Okay.
Cause they told me the same shit too.
Yeah, that's
you feel
real.
me? Like
That's
I
real.
wouldn't even know. Cause
You know what's a better question? What was it? When did you learn that, man? What they teaching me is some bullshit, and you knew you had to get
Man,
outside education.
look, I've been uninterested in that shit, to be honest to you. Be honest, I wasn't never interested in that shit. I ain't do too good. I was always, you know, a smart young nigga, but
Right.
I ain't graduate, so that's why it's my duty to make sure my son do.
Right.
You
Yeah,
feel
me
me?
neither.
Like-
Me neither. I ain't graduating. I got a son that's a junior in Georgia State, man. You know what I'm saying? Got a daughter that's a freshman in Georgia State. So, you know, I'm proud that they continue
Oh, that's amazing.
further past my education. But it's just certain shit that make me tap my
Nah, it
temple
do
and
make you
scratch my
think,
head.
for sure.
I remember when I caught the teacher ass when they were teaching us about the damn pilgrims and shit. And it was early, you know, when it was Christopher Columbus or some shit like that. And they said something like, Christopher Columbus discovered America. They were greeted by the Native American. Wait a minute, hold up. If you discover some shit, how some people greet you? How were you greeted by some motherfuckers if you discovered
Yeah,
something?
teaching. I want to do. They still teach that. They told
They
me.
hell
that too.
yeah, they probably still
For
do.
sure.
So I raised my hand, and you know what I'm saying, of course at this time I'm just trying to find a way to be disruptive, get the class to laugh. I'm like, I probably said something like, oh hell no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just being loud and disruptive. But what I was saying was absolutely true, and she had no rebuttal. So of course I got set outside the class for disrupting the class and keeping the other kids from learning the bullshit they were teaching. But I honestly feel that the curriculum of the school system, most time, public and private, is there to kill the confidence in young black men and women. They want to go ahead and beat you down, make you conform to whatever these rules, restrictions, conformities, this glass ceiling they put over you. No, you got to do it this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why
I remember I
I'm
also got in trouble a long time. Well, I ain't getting in trouble actually. I got the teacher to walk out this time about showing my work in algebra. You remember if you made it as far? I was good at math, so I
for
made
sure.
it in algebra. So you remember they used to
sure.
make you have to show your work and work out the problem? Like, bro, I got the motherfucking answer, man.
Yeah.
I ain't got to show you how to do all this
How you
shit,
did
bro. Yeah, man, is the answer right or not?
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know what I'm saying? So I think that they trying to program children's minds
To do things
into
a certain
thinking
way.
the way they deem appropriate, into, you know, solving problems and you know, and treating situations the way the curriculum says you should treat it, instead of allowing us to rely on our magnificence. You dig?
That's why it's very important in, you know, fatherhood, motherhood, to
Sure.
do your job.
I think that parenthood is more important than institutional
For sure.
education.
Me too.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you take a motherfucker who all he did was go to school and he ain't really had no guidance at home for real, but he, you know, he went as high as Harvard, or man, this motherfucker ain't gonna stand a chance with a motherfucker who's been groomed from birth
Nah, he
by
gonna be
people
lost.
who could show him the things he need to know to get out there and get it. I know plenty of people, man, who went to school, got their diplomas
me
and
too.
degrees, trying to figure out, man, how they gonna get a job or what they gonna do with it, and what I mean, and
Might work for us.
you dig what I'm saying?
Shit.
And you know,
I seen it all.
I think our generation might have had, you know what I'm saying, probably my generation and y'all generation had the most successful dropouts. I remember being told, man, if I dropped out of school, I was gonna be begging for money on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting.